He was never unmotivated, never lazy, he was just unfinished. A man with the soul of a boy, full of dreams, passion, and endless potential, yet forever floating in between who he is and who he could be. You've met him before. Maybe you loved him, maybe you were him. He's the one scribbling visions of greatness in coffee-stained notebooks. The one who falls in love like fire, wild, bright, unstoppable until it burns too close, and he vanishes into the smoke. He talks about purpose, meaning, depth, but never builds the bridge to get there. He's not lost, he's hiding. Because deep inside, beneath the charm, beneath the wit, beneath the boyish sparkle in his eyes, lives something fragile. A child who never felt ready for the weight of the world. Psychologists call him the Puer Aeternus, the eternal boy. Not a man who refuses to grow up, but one who is terrified that growing up means dying to possibility, dying to freedom, dying to the dream of being special. So, he stays in motion. He starts projects but never finishes. He falls in love but never roots. He lives in fantasy because reality feels too small. He says one day I'll make it, but deep down he fears that day will never come because to try and fail would mean facing the truth he has been running from. That potential isn't enough. How did he get this way? It begins in childhood. Some eternal boys were overprotected, praised but never challenged, adored but never trusted to fall. Their wings were polished but never tested. Every bruise was cleaned before it could teach them strength. So they grew up in a world where love meant safety, not growth. Others were emotionally neglected. They weren't seen, weren't heard, weren't held. So they built empires of imagination inside their minds. Fantasy became refuge. They learned to dream because dreaming was the only place they could control. And both boys, the loved and the forgotten, grow into men who fear reality. Because reality means limits. Reality means pain. Reality means goodbye to the fantasy that maybe, one day, life will just click. He becomes magnetic. People are drawn to his spark, his vision, his depth. But those who get close notice the cracks, the sudden distance, the inconsistency, the way he disappears when things get too real. He doesn't mean to hurt anyone, he just doesn't know how to stay, because staying requires roots and roots require risk. You can't fly forever. Carl Jung believed that every man must face this archetype, the eternal boy inside him. He must learn that responsibility isn't death, it's transformation. That commitment isn't the end of freedom, it's where real freedom begins. But that evolution only starts when the man stops running and begins grieving. Yes, grieving. Grieving the childhood he never truly had. Grieving the years lost to fantasy. Grieving the relationships he sabotaged because love felt too heavy. Because to grow up is to mourn. To bury the boy, not in shame, but in honor. He doesn't have to kill his imagination, he has to anchor it. He doesn't need to give up his dreams. He needs to ground them in devotion, discipline, and truth. That's how the boy becomes a man. This process is painful. It's dark. There's no applause when you face your shadow. No audience when you confront your fear of failure. No spotlight when you learn to hold your own pain instead of escaping through pleasure. But something sacred happens in that silence. The boy who once ran from responsibility begins to see that structure is not prison, it's safety. That love is not fantasy, it's practice. That purpose is not a dream. It's built, slowly, brick by brick, with calloused hands and an open heart. And when he finally stops running, something incredible happens. He doesn't lose his magic, he channels it. He doesn't lose his youth, he integrates it. He becomes both the dreamer and the builder, the lover and the protector, the boy and the man. This is what true maturity is, not dull, not lifeless, but whole, grounded in reality, but still alive with wonder. So to every man who sees himself in these words, this is not your ending, it's your invitation. You don't need to destroy the boy inside you. You need to father him, to show him that it's safe now, that he can rest, that you can carry what he couldn't. Because when the eternal boy finally grows roots, he doesn't lose his wings, he learns to fly higher and farther than ever before.